So this is an article, Why Isn't Michael Jackson Alive? Well, it seems that there is a huge sign turned on when you think of Michael Jackson. It is as though many people just want to forget the person who was once the world's most popular singer. True enough, he did not pass as the world's sexiest person, come close near to the end, but sure enough, he did have a lot of allure in his videos and songs, which attracted crowds. However, he did not hold his career together. He turned solo just as studios wanted to fire him for being popular. Once solo, he gained more acclaim as a black boy who wanted to turn white, as part of the side to huge escalating fame, which way outdid the cycle of fame that Jackson 5 reached. But his fame closed after mid-1990s. It seemed that he was no longer popular by this time, and many people were not really wanting to see him or his hyped-up image any longer. A news article a few years before his death read, "Jackson concert no longer fills seats." It was a huge scene, and when looking at it, I commented that his career must be going down, and sure enough, it was. Many people knew it. He was old, he could not move so well, and no one really liked him anymore. He was really for fans only, and that is why his fame kept on dropping. So then after the announcement of his London tour and being asked if I will go, I commented, it would be really good if it actually takes place. Alone on the stage, in the light once again, Jackson still looked like a fading figure, even with the bright red exclaiming his comeback. It actually looked a little bit like the Elvis Presley comeback special sort of thing, with all the red. I think if he could pull off a comeback concert, he would have risen once again, but his music in the concerts was still playing old 80s hits and too many to make him a fresh figure making a comeback. His best work was from long ago. The music was just being revamped to look new. But he never did make it. The concert was a hoax call. Just before the start date, Jackson was suddenly dead. The block of case of death was sort of not really surprising. With all the media drama, you think, why am I not surprised? It was as though it had been planned. The promoters missed the spot. It failed to hit with the slam. He was so far away, and you just know that no one really did care about it. Was Jackson's death really an event? Or did he just agree it was time to give up? Many people say that he was killed. Sure, read the news, it's in the print. But other people think his death, it was timed, and that he did not really want to work hard, so why not give it all up? So conspiracy theorists say all the lives in the media page have been pre-planned since 1980s, and that was when the world decided who was going to be a star and who wasn't, and even their death plans. It's all been planned since the beginning of their fame, which began for real in the 1990s. So it might be an itch, and people be glad the celebrity is gone. People just wish more celebrities would just drop dead and be rid of their flash careers and egos and trouble personalities. But then, if it all happened seriously, well, sure enough, he may have been given a drug and died. But no one really believes it was nothing but a stage show. So their care for the event actually goes when they realize that Jackson was actually never going to make a concert in London. He maybe wanted to retire instead. Maybe he wanted to not work. Maybe he was sick of being in the lights and having his fame burnt down to nothing. Maybe he just felt like giving up on it. All he needed to do was take a decision and make a step to make it happen. And all the news had to do was run the article at the right time to make audiences believe that he was actually dead. People actually think he is still alive, but far away, dreaming, resting, living apart while buried amongst masses of people somewhere in the world, but alive. But other people think he died long ago in 1988. And even that was a different person from the one that died in 1981. He was a carry-on from the one that died in 1977. It seems the Jackson look was change of person as well as change of image, and that is what really made him a mix of popular and unpopular. He already died. It's just that no one wanted to waste the good film and footage left over, so they played it and got someone to play him from 1990s and onwards. It was all a show. Whoever helped to play is still alive, and the remains of the ones before could be in you, or even you, i.e., you're his spawn. Well, that was an interesting article. I agree. Everything could have been pre-planned. It seems like, pretty typical that, a huge event is going to take place. A lot of people may want to see it, but obviously, if it doesn't, then that's just like too bad for people who actually wanted to see him. So, but yeah, no, interesting because it just goes to conspiracy theory. Oh, what on earth is real? I mean, you read in his songs, he's always bitching and bitching about media, saying things that aren't true. This is one thing that you wouldn't expect to be false, but who knows? Maybe it was just all an event that was, pre-planned. It did seem like he was being a head case, even though he was like hugely famous by mid 1990s. And afterwards, he was seriously suffering depression, and then he was addicted to painkillers. And then people weren't coming to his concerts so much, and now suddenly he's got this huge thing coming on, and he dies. How typical is that? I mean, he can't even be happy that he's reached huge amount of fame by mid 1990s. He's just depressed because I don't know why, but it seems he's going downhill ever since. So, it's not really surprising. Nothing is surprising when you put it on the news, but I guess a lot of people sort of would have liked and would have for him to have been able to do more concerts over and over again and be like a real celebrity like most other of the younger people are celebrities. They just do more and more concerts. They don't really stop, and he was supposed to do like a huge amount of concerts and more of them for years to come, but obviously, it was just stopped all of a sudden, and so just wasn't supposed to happen, but a lot of people would have liked it. But anyways, but it's just typical, that something big is going to happen. Oh, let's, die all of a sudden. It's not really surprising, but yeah, I thought it was an interesting article. It's sort of like amateur, but yeah, interesting.